I've been out here picking the last of these amazing, really large blackcurrants. They're so good, so sweet, so tasty. But while out here, I noticed this little guy here, this branch. You see how he looks like he's really quite dry, and he's also come away from the plant. I think what's happened is, what does happen quite frequently here in the garden, is that my children kick a ball and it comes down here, and then they go after it and some of the little branches snap. But what I want to do now with this branch is actually propagate it, make myself some more of these wonderful berry bushes, because they are very easy to propagate from cuttings. So now that we have a cutting, let's use it. Look at today's berry bowl. It's a real nice colorful mixture. It even has little tiny red gooseberries in it. They're extra small, and I think that is because of the lack of sunshine this year, but they're still going to be really, really sweet and tasty. Yum. And so I've got my cutting here. It's very, very thick at the bottom, so I'm going to divide it a bit, just chop it down and make it into a few cuttings. And I'm also thinking that I think this really sort of thicker stem will do quite well, but there's always a chance it won't. So I'll try a few different kinds of cuttings. Just get about dividing it. Oh, it smells so good. It really smells of blackcurrant, or even the drink Ribena that's really popular here in the UK. Luckily I got to these little cuttings in time, because they are not too dried out. The top of the actual cutting was actually really dried out. You can see, look here, completely brown. So that was useless, but the rest of it, it's nice and white, nice and fresh. So I'm just going to dip these guys in rooting powder and get them straight into the pot. See, look, that's rooting powder here. So I've got them, they've been soaking in some water for a little while. So I'll make a hole with my little extra stick. I always like to make the holes right around the rim of the pot, or the edge, because then as they root, here it comes, my little cuttings all covered in rooting powder. You come right down there and then cover it up. And then all these little buds there, they should start shooting up. I've left a few leaves on it just to see if it can recover and photosynthesize a bit with those little leaves. Let me get the other two cuttings done too. My final quite thick cutting, because it's so thick and actually has bark, I'm going to scratch off the outer layer, so the bark, to get down to the cambium layer, which is the bit of the wood that's actually really growing and will respond well to hormones and should start rooting. So let me just get scratching. That's how I've done it quite high up so I can do a nice root. And I've also taken off all the sort of really dry dead leaves, but there are still some nice buds there, so hopefully it'll do well. I mean, with this kind of cutting, they're so good at rooting, so it shouldn't really need too much work, but I just want to give it a good chance. There they all are. And as you can see, they're all sitting in each their own little corner, and that is because as the roots start growing out, rather than just let the roots grow really, really far down deep into the pot, because they're right up against the wall of the pot, they will hit the wall and they will help the roots split, and then I get a nice big strong root system rather than one big long root that just goes right down to the bottom and through the bottom holes. So that should really help root structure develop better. So now I'm just going to put these three little cuttings into a really shaded spot under my giant butterfly tree. Let me show you. Get up here. There is my butterfly tree. It's a very good shaded spot for plants that don't want excess heat. I want a bit of protection. Got my other little cuttings down here too, all my little baby plants. And they can just sit here and slowly root. And then we'll have 3 new little plants to put somewhere and have many more berries in years to come. It might not berry the first year, but then it should do the following one. So very exciting. And since it was anyhow cut off, I might as well make the most of every little cutting. And so if you have any currant bush in your garden, or even like gooseberries or anything, now is a good time after you've harvested the fruit to start thinking about getting little cuttings and growing them. Of course, you can also just wait until you're doing your winter prune, which is what I did with my gooseberries. I pruned them quite harshly this winter, and I've got lots of cuttings all growing and going. Actually, they all got attacked by sawfly. Let me just show them to you. Here is my little pot of gooseberry cuttings that I got earlier this year when I was pruning my gooseberries. And the thing is, you can see this one, for example, hasn't taken, so I can just get rid of that one. It just dried off. So you're always going to have a few that won't go. So you always want to take more cuttings, ouch, than you actually need. That's a nice little thorn. They are a bit thorny, but it is looking okay. The only thing is, this year all of my gooseberries got really attacked by sawfly, except for the one over here. You can see this gooseberry bush is actually doing okay. Sawfly haven't noticed it yet. Lucky. And I'm just going to try to keep these ones here. But the main thing is these ones have all rooted, and they were actually really full of leaves until the sawfly got to them. But I think they'll recover now, and I'll clean out the pots. I'll do nice repotting of them later on before autumn. And yeah, just give them a good chance to get going. I want to grow some of these ones as standards because I think it's such a great shape to have, and they're so much more neat and they take less space. And yeah, you can see this one over here is a standard behind my pawpaws over there, and it is actually doing really well. It's a nice shaped tree, really, to have a gooseberry tree like that. So I'm planning to do a few of these like that, train them like that as little standards, and we'll see how they go. But yeah, they are so easy, all these kind of plants in this family in particular, to grow from cuttings. So let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.